Welcome back, 3-day weekend. I'm here with the pro, and we just got back from Michigan. And at the end of the day, I started hearing a noise, and it sounded terrible. I have it on a lift now. And this bearing seems to have just a little bit of play. Yeah, there might be something wrong right here. Let's check it out. A while back in another video, I put Kryptonite bearings on all 4 wheels of this machine. And I said I'd let you know if I had any issues with them. So this is the first issue that I've had so far, but they do come with a lifetime warranty. So we're going to test out that warranty. But the first step is I need to take this bearing out. I think it's going to come out in pieces. I might have to cut it. Hopefully it didn't ruin my hub. And I have a spare bearing on the shelf that I'll throw in there just so that it's drivable while I deal with their warranty department. I showed how I replaced the bearings in a prior video, so I'm not going to redo that again. So we'll just do it here in the time lapse. This one is more or less about how it's going to be getting this thing replaced and for how much. I just pulled this counterpin out of here and the axle nut was loose. Definitely wasn't loose when I put it in, so I'm hoping that's because of the catastrophic failure of the bearing. This is all bad news. Uh-oh. Yeah, those are ball bearings. It is destroyed. Oh my. Yeah. It's quite possible I've ruined my hub. We will find out soon enough. I think this is okay, but of course the outer race I think is still, oh, well, maybe it's not on there. Boy, there's a lot of filings in there. Yeah, I may have broken this. Sorry, my kid's walking around with a vacuum. Nothing, go ahead, you're doing a great job.
I'm cleaning out your truck.
Yes, thank you. So, I'm gonna see what's going on here. Oh boy. Got it. Okay, now we'll go to the press, try to find something the size of that inner raceway, and see if I can press it out. Harbor Freight to the rescue again. Their ball joint kit has a piece that will fit right down through the center. We got it. There it is. Kryptonite. Just so happens I have a spare bearing. So we're going to throw this bad boy in here. And that will hold me over until the new bearing comes in. I took the bearing back out and cleaned up this inner raceway. It wasn't sitting perfectly flat. So I just used my little Dremel on a stone and just cleaned up this edge and underneath. I'm hoping now it should sit flat in there. I couldn't get the snap ring to go in quite all the way. Sorry about the power washer. She's now using that. It's just making all kinds of noise. I'm gonna go press that bearing back in here and see if the snap ring will fit then. There it is. Awesome. Let's see. It looks okay out here. Boy, we wore some metal off of that, didn't we? I'm turning my attention to this, and I'm pretty sure that is a remnant from the original bearing. Because I can't get it to seat all the way. It definitely dug into this. So a new one is going to happen. I mean, it doesn't matter, but as long as I'm running a temporary bearing, maybe I can clean this up and run this temporarily to keep me going until the new parts come in. Maybe. I think I'm going to just grind away at that for a little bit and see what happens to it. There's a little bit of a ridge there. I polished that down, and now it seats all the way in. But I'm still, it's pretty chewed up, you know. I think I can get away with, come on, let go. Reusing this, but I don't like the look of that, so I'll probably reorder one of these and throw that on when the new bearing comes back. New spare bearing is in, and it should hold. I'm gonna order a new hub, and then I'm gonna talk to Kryptonite about getting a replacement. I have one inner, a bunch of balls, what used to be, I don't know, that's a cage or a seal, and the outer race. That's all that survived the ordeal. Alright, I'm gonna contact them, and we'll see how it goes. I am back. I have a replacement bearing. Got a hold of Kryptonite. They said, yep, we'll send you a new one. They did, and here it is. But I've learned a lot over our conversations and everything. And while I've been waiting for this bearing to come in, I had another one fail in the exact same way. Furthermore, up front, where I have the spare bearing in it, I've developed some play on that. So I'm starting to think, and Kryptonite did kind of point this out, that my problem might be me. We had some discussion and we decided that we're going to try some different cone washers. You are supposed to replace the cone washers every time you have the axle apart. If you read the service manual, it does say that, and I have never replaced them before. Some new ones came with the axles, but I can't remember 100% sure. Jeez, mail truck's got a loud exhaust. I can't remember 100% sure if I put the new ones on or not. So I told them it was new, but I can't say 100% sure. So we're going to change this out. But then the replacement came in, and that's where the plot thickens. I wanted to do some testing. This is the replacement one that they sent me. Obviously that one is the bad one. And then I bought a pair of Polaris HD. Everyone says that these are the best ones, that's what you want to run. And I just thought maybe I'll put those on one side of the machine and this on the other. But when I looked closer at this one, I noticed that that is a Koyo bearing. I don't know if I can get it to focus on there. Koyo. And there is the part number. What is that? Can you read that right there? DAC 4470 something 72W. This, look, I'm still wrapped in Kryptonite, so it's still in the package. This is the Polaris HD bearing. And what do you know? It says, focus. Can I focus on it? There it is. Koyo DAC 4472W. These are the exact same bearings. These ones on the site cost me $70, 60 something dollars, I think. Maybe I'll double check. These ones are running $200 for all four with a lifetime warranty. So why would I not get the ones with the lifetime warranty if they're exactly the same? I mean, they're Koyo bearings. Those are Koyo bearings. So I'm a little stumped and I don't know what to do or how to think of this. I'm going to replace the front one with that spare, or with the one that they sent me. Then I'm going to replace the right rear with another Koyo. And then I think I'll message them to get the warranty replacement for that one. And then we'll tighten everything back down with their cone washers, axle washers, whatever you want to call them, and see if we have another failure. This is groundbreaking information. I'm just learning this by myself for the very first time, that Kryptonites are in fact Koyos, unless they've changed something since I bought my originals. They're exactly the same. That's even more interesting. If you look at Facebook and read all the comments, everyone's like, oh, Kryptonite is garbage, whatever. That means people have their own opinions. I'm not saying everybody was saying that, but a lot of people were. They were saying Kryptonites are garbage. how can you say that a Kryptonite is garbage when it's exactly the same as the Polaris HD washer that everyone's recommending? I say everyone, it's all inclusive. A lot of people are recommending. A lot of people say that Kryptonite's garbage. I'm thinking we have an issue with not setting the correct torque on our axle washers. So let me get this done. I'm gonna put these on. We'll take a look. I also have a new replacement hub for the front right. So I ground that down. I might have to order one for this one. I also broke the axle boot right there when it let loose. So now my axle has separated from, or the boot has separated from the outer axle. And that is a brand new axle. It has one trip on it. So I'm hoping the axle itself is okay and it's just a matter of putting a new band on it. The band is gone. I think I just pulled the boot, so pack it with grease, put it back together. We'll see what happens. I have a new band tool for that. All right, let me put this bearing back together. I just looked up the specs to double check. There are 2 options for bearings. Number 4 right there. Everything's the same size, but the HDs are $80 list compared to $50 for a regular. And this is the Kryptonite website. Look at that, we're running $199 for a set of the bearings, but I would recommend doing the $229 deal so you get those new washers. Those ones right there. So, comparing the two, if they are in fact, I mean, proof is right there. That's that coat. That's the same exact model coil bearing. Then that's the one to get. Features, blah, blah, yeah, improved, whatever. Made in the USA. That says Japan on it. I wonder if the warranty replacements they're putting coils in. I don't know. It's a little weird, Kryptonite. A little weird. Might want to offer some clarification on that. I would think if one broke, you'd send me the exact same part. But it seems like it would be more expensive to send a coil. I don't know. It's a little weird. All right, I gotta get these back on. I am back. It's been a couple weeks. The boot replacement on the axle did not go well, so I just ordered a new axle. We're gonna throw that in there. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the other axle. Might be a different video, but whatever. I will say, I did an Eastlake axle video, and it came with new washers, but I noticed those are perfectly flat. They aren't cone shape at all, and that is what was on all 4 corners. So I did tell Kryptonite I put new washers on, but I did not notice that they weren't cone shaped. I don't know if you can see, yeah, cone shaped. So maybe that was a contributing factor, honestly. This failure is the failure that keeps on giving. I have a new problem, and I'm getting kind of irritated with it. Let's run down the list of parts that this has cost me, all right? We have a new hub assembly. Price, here, okay? Let's add this all up. I think that's the only thing I lost on the front end from these. Let's go back here. On this one, another hub. All right, add that up. We lost this little bracket right here that holds the caliper on. It came out and bent a bolt and stripped that out, and it's bent. So I had to get a new one of those. And it ruined the axle. So I don't know what that adds up to. It says on the screen, but that's kind of a big deal for a failed bearing. So I got a new bearing for free, yay, but I'm still out all that other money from this catastrophic failure. Now, we make a big deal about these washers, and they don't, I mean, they're flat. They came with the Eastlakes. That could be the root cause. I wouldn't put those back on. It's possible that they flatten out over time. I'm not sure. But in any case, I bought new washers. There they are. And I was just going through and putting them all on. Got that one on, got that one on, got that one on. And then I went to put this one on, and it doesn't fit. It's too small. I don't know if you can see the difference there. It's the wrong size on a set of 4 of those packed by TK. TK, buddy. That one's the wrong size. So I'm still down for the count on this machine until I can get a new cone washer. Having all of these failures, I don't want to put the machine back together and have something else fail, and then I gotta start over again. So I'll get a hold of Kryptonite again, tell them they owe me one more bearing and one more washer. I'm getting irritated, but I don't know, it's all part of owning side-by-sides and exploring, experimenting with different parts, I guess. Alright, we'll pick this up from there. I'm back again. I wrote Kryptonite, no questions. He sent this stuff. 2 days later, it's already here. But I have a question for you. Is this passive-aggressive? 3 in that one. 7 in this one. And it's not even that heavy. It's got 1 bearing and 4 washers. I don't know, it feels a little passive-aggressive. Whatever. Let's see what we have in here. It'd take me a minute to open it. Got her open. We got a couple of gifts in there this time around. Very cool. Axle washer pack. Oh boy, it has a different part number on it. Let's see, KRZRWB, that's an S2, and that's a 1.7. Axle washer pack 2020 plus Pro XP. That should be the right one. At first glance, it looks like the right one. I think it's the right one. I told him he could just send me the one. There's no bearing. That's getting tired. I'll write them again. Good news, I don't need a bearing to get these washers in here. This has been a nightmare of a thing to deal with, you know? Alright, let me crack this open and see if we have 4 of the right bearings, or washer, this time. They all fit. We got it. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to be able to put this machine back on the ground today in full working condition. We have done it. It is finished. It is over. It has been 2 months of fooling with it. Not all because of back and forth, mostly because I haven't had a lot of time to work on it, been doing other things outside. But it is done. Torqued these down to 180 foot-pounds, lug nuts to 120, and because I put everything new over on this side with the hub and all that, you have to draw those studs in. I'm going to double check those after I go on a quick ride, which I was hoping to do today, but it is single digits, 9 degrees out there, Fahrenheit. It's cold out there tonight, so I'm not going to do it. But yeah, we'll get this off the lift. It is done. The warranty does work. It's kind of a pain. I would definitely want to have a spare bearing on hand. I don't like that when they fail, they catastrophically fail and end up with a list of repairs that you must do. That's not ideal, but it could happen with any bearing, I guess. So, live and learn. We got another box from Kryptonite. Don't even have the machine in here anymore, but it came passively aggressively sealed again, and it is supposed to have my replacement bearing in it. Like I said the last time, the washers came, no bearing. Let's see what we have. It's here, and this one does not say Koyo on it anywhere. So they must have switched back to the original, but it doesn't have the little grooves on the outer race. I don't know. They sent me another one. So now it is complete. They have held up their end of the warranty bargain, and the machine is running again, even though it's with 2 Koyos, the Polaris HDs. I don't know, I guess I'm happy. We'll hold on to that one, throw it up on the spare part shelf as a spare. But thanks again for watching. I really appreciate every viewer, every subscriber, especially members. You guys are amazing. Patreon.com/3dayweekend, or you can join right through YouTube. Either way works. We really appreciate the support there. And I hope that I'll see you back here for another video on 3 Day Weekend.